I'm now joined by...
Lizzie Ransted, head coach at Coventry Bears Women's, head coach at Old Saltlyans Rugby Club, and also a player and ambassador for Team Colostomy UK.
It's a very busy week for you this week. Thank you for coming on. Tell us what you're up to on Saturday.
Saturday, we've got our much anticipated Team Colostomy UK versus St Albans Centurions at London Scholars, kicking off at 12:45.
If you're in the area, get
Friday,
down and show some support.
Yeah, come down. It's a free event, which is brilliant. So, as much support, cheer us on, would be fantastic.
So what else have you got on this week?
And Friday is the start of our women and girls training at Coventry Bears. Come down to the Excel Centre, 7:30. Come and give it a go. Lots of skills and drills. Very exciting.
How did you first get involved in sports then?
First started at university. I joined a rugby team and then a hockey team. Then I was training to be a teacher. So obviously teaching life took over, became an assistant head. And it's from there really that I was looking at PE departments, different schools I worked in, that there was a need for extra support with rugby and sports in school. And I started looking at local clubs, local grassroots clubs. And that was sort of my pathway back in, really. I got involved with some local clubs, taking on different roles, coaching. I was playing, I got back playing. So I'm at Union, I play at 8, which is obviously rugby league. I'm a loose forward. That was sort of my basic. I then, from that, I just joined different clubs and was asked to guest coach around the Midlands. Then developed a career into it, so I could see that I was enjoying this hobby. And then went for a job at Worcester Warriors Rugby Club in the community coaching department, and just loved growing the game. Obviously, unfortunately, I was there at the time that things went a little bit awry. So I then went across to Gloucester Rugby Club.
Massive club.
And my job there was a huge club, club, and my job, which is massive there, was to grow the women's game, which obviously at this moment in time is on the forefront in everyone's mind. So, big job. Big role, absolutely loved it, and that's how again I've turned a hobby into a career. And then currently that leads me to where I am now, which is a Union women and girls coach at Old Salts, and then being asked to head up Coventry Bears women and girls side, which is just a massive honour and just a huge jump in my career.
That's massive though. Like, you sound like someone who really enjoys the development of people. You've got in that career and in sports.
Yeah, and I think, that's sort of how my teaching career, my background has enabled me to have a successful career in coaching, because I could see, the way education was going, it was very data-driven, very much off the front line. And I wanted to see, how pupils, children, adults, how they, when they get something, when they enjoy something, and they suddenly, find a sport that they can, share and develop as an individual. Rugby is just fantastic, and I coach walking rugby. So in my career, I've coached from 2-year-olds, whether it's like mini rugby or what have you. Right up to, I say 100, but I've coached like 90-year-old guys have come along to walking rugby and absolutely, reliving the glory days. But they still enjoy it, and I think that's, for me, that's the best part about it, is it's so inclusive, it's so friendly, and it keeps me going.
Let's get on to Team Colostomy then. How did you get involved with them?
So, since I was 18, I've suffered from ulcerative colitis, which is inflammatory bowel disease. And all through my playing career, I've battled pain, cramps, fatigue. There's so many side effects from drugs and from symptoms, constant urge to go to the toilet, bleeding, so many, they call it the poo taboo because nobody likes to talk about it. There's so many issues that I was dealing with on my own, really. I'd got close support, but it sort of came to a bit of a head in 2021. So during lockdown, I'd had some sort of personal, my family members had become ill, there was a lot of stresses going on, and I'd sort of forgotten a bit about my health, but I knew that my colitis was taking a bit of a downward spiral. No medication, infusions, etc. were keeping it under control. So in June 2021, I underwent a subtotal colectomy, which is basically removing 4/5 of my large bowel. And then I had an opening created from my small intestine, which is a stoma. So from then on, I would have an ileostomy, so I'd have a bag in effect. I mean, ideally, it would have been removed, and I would have had a reversal, in a dream world. But unfortunately, because of how my colitis had affected the lower part of my bowel, I then elected for a proctectomy, so removing the last 20 centimetres of my bowel, and then includes rectum, anus, and then have it stitched up, which we've got the lovely name of a Barbie bum.
A Barbie bum? Nice.
Barbie bum, yeah.
That's a right name for it.
Perfect name. I've never ever been compared to a Barbie before, but this is like spot on now. And so during my surgery in 2021, I was at my peak of my fitness then. I was training 5 days a week. I was playing 2, if not 3 matches, whether it was contact, league. I just joined a league club, and also touch. I was playing in a touch league at that particular point. So I was kind of like wrong time, wrong place for me. But, I was peaking my fitness and I was eager. I was so just keen to get back involved. I was quite fortunate. My surgeon, he was a Bath Rugby fan. So he knew that I wanted to get back out there. And I knew I had to take it easy. So obviously, they'd cut into my stomach, and to have to sort of they put a mesh in to support it, and obviously my abdomen have all been cut in several different places. That I knew I'd got a week core. So I'd been in hospital 3 weeks, I think, and then I spent the next 5 weeks with the care of personal trainer building my core. But in the meantime, I'd had a search on the internet as to if there were any rugby players that got a stoma. And that's when I came across Colostomy UK and Team Colostomy. And I got in contact with Gio, who's our team manager, and they were playing a game in Kent. It was a triple header. He invited me along to meet everybody. I was a little bit cautious, so I did go down, but I just sort of like hid behind the trees, so nobody could spot me. And, it was just amazing. And I will always say to this day that, if ever there was some inspiring people, it was on that day. I was just amazed that, people were still playing a collision sport, high contact, after with a stoma bag in tow, after major surgery, some of them as well. And I knew that I could do it. So that gave me, I just had a newfound determination. And it's incredible because, obviously it affects people in different ways. I then channeled everything into getting myself slowly and surely back up and fit. And it was a few months after that I then joined Team Colostomy UK and met them in person, face to face, no hiding, at Batley. And then, played my first match, met everybody, it was just, it's such an amazing team. And to see people, how inclusive it is fantastic. I mean, we've got a great WhatsApp group that goes on. I mean, you can imagine the banter. But actually, it's not just about that. It's about if anyone's got any issues or if we know people. We say that we're 1 in 335. That's how many people have got a stoma, or, every 39 seconds there's someone having stoma surgery across the world. It's becoming so common, yet there's still little awareness. There's still a bit of a taboo about, or a stigma about having a colostomy bag. Things have changed so differently, over the years, and medicine products available it's fantastic, which is great for us, as a collective. But it is just about, breaking the barriers and just spreading a bit more awareness if anything's possible. I had a newfound determination, and I feel like I owe my career to Team Colostomy, because had I have not discovered them, I don't think I would be where I am right now.
That's where I first came across. Like, it's fantastic because it is full contact. I've seen them play, and it's not messing about. So I watched I watched the game. And I was like, wow, Jesus, they're going for it.
100%, yeah. And it's so hard. We've got a lot of players that have played league and union, and and I find even playing touch, I find it so difficult not to go in and clatter somebody. It's I think everybody gives it their all, and we spur each other on, and we know what we can do and what potential we have, and how fantastic each other are. Even if people are feeling particularly under the weather, or post-surgery, if they come along, they still come and support, even though they can't get on the field. We're such a good little family. But yeah, oh my goodness, we've had some fantastic Super League legends come along and join us, which has been like my first match. Paul Anderson was there alongside me, and I was like complete awe. I'm not being on the same. Never ever would I ever been on the same pitch, let alone on the same team as him. So it's just fantastic. But yeah, we've had a few like whoa moments when we see these legends like coat hangering people and just absolutely clattering. It's just like, it's brilliant. It's so good. It's such a good atmosphere.
So from Team Colostomy, how did you get involved at Cobb Bears?
So it's quite an interesting story. Amy Hardcastle, who obviously I'm a big fan of, she is also supports us, on Twitter. We've been in contact. She's shared a lot of our items. So I saw an advert on Twitter that had got Amy's picture on it for Coventry Bears. And they were advertising this new women and girls section that, has been sort of lacking in the Midlands area over recent years. And I got in touch. I spoke to Alan Robinson, and after having a chat and talking about the history of Cov Bears, it just was, what I was looking for. And Alan gave me a call, asked if I'd like to get in touch with all my sort of credentials across rugby and take on the women and girls. And yeah, absolutely, just 100% got on board with it. Jodie Cunningham is championing this Futures programme for the girls across the UK. So that was a big tick box for me to help, accelerate the girls' game, and promote it. Like I say, we're on this huge trajectory at the moment in rugby. So it was a no-brainer for me to get on board.
That's fantastic, because having two of the most recognisable faces in the game, the fact that Jodie does television and someone might see something and Amy's so recognisable and go, oh, I wouldn't mind a little bit of that.
Absolutely, we're so lucky, so fortunate. So, Amy's, we're quite lucky because Amy's partner used to play at Coventry. So, we're very fortunate that Amy has agreed to come down and support us and take some sessions and over the coming weeks. So yeah, 100%. It's fantastic, and it's just great to have people on board. It's fantastic.
So are you guys looking for new players then?
Absolutely. We're looking across all age groups. So 21st, tomorrow, we've got our first ever women's training session at 7:30 to 8:30. And we're looking for anyone. It's an open age group from 16 plus. So come on down. And actually, there's so many questions. People ask, well, I've never played league before. But it doesn't matter. No experience is necessary. Or if you've played a bit of union, or even if you've played a bit of tag or touch, anything, come along, give it a go. I always say that, we don't exclude anyone, and just come along, see if you like it. You might, might surprise yourself. But yeah, we're at the Excel Leisure Centre in Coventry, and just come down tomorrow. And then we're looking for under 12s, under 14s and under 16s to join our Futures programme. And that starts on the 12th of May. And that's 6:30 till 7:30 at the Excel Leisure Centre. So yeah, come down, even bring your daughter, stay on then and train with us, a bit later.
That's the best thing, if you get your family involved. If people get families involved with stuff, it grows.
Absolutely. I mean, my daughter, she's 10 now, and what she doesn't know about rugby, is fantastic. She just gets involved. She loves it. My partner, he plays rugby, coaches rugby. So yeah, it's a massive family affair, rugby is. And I think the more people get involved, the better.
So where can people find the Coventry Bears online?
We are on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and if you type in Coventry Bears, you will come across us. We're all together. You'll find all details of how to sign up, where to go, get in touch.